Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Is It Called Wine Time with Pete and Felix. Very exciting today. The new Pooley wines, the 2019s, have been released. And we're going to have a look at their single site Pinots, the Cooinda Vale and the Butcher's Hill. Now, no doubt everyone is pretty familiar with these wines. I mean, they've been around for quite some time. Kind of one of Tasmania's iconic Pinot producers.
Definitely. We get a lot of people coming in and asking for these wines.
Mm-hmm.
Probably like one of the most asked for Tassie producers.
I would have thought
that we get in the shop.
Definitely.
Especially this guy here.
The Butcher's Hill, yeah.
All year round, people are chasing that bottle.
And what I'm excited about to look at today is the two single sites side by side. So the differences between Cooinda Vale and Butcher's. So without further ado,
yes, wine time.
Is it called wine time?
Yes.
So we'll start with Cooinda. Traditionally the lighter of the two. Cooinda was the original site planted by the Pooley family. It's not where the cellar door is today. If you've ever been to visit Pooley, it's a little way down the road, but Butcher's is where the actual site of the Pooley winery is. Cooinda, yeah, as I said, a little bit further off. Straight away, winemaking differences. This one has 30% whole bunch.
Yes.
Whereas this is 100% destemmed.
Yeah.
Both see the same amount of oak.
I think this is a little bit higher.
Oh, is it more oak? Yeah, cool.
Yeah, it's like 25, 30%.
Yeah, great. Okay.
You know, splitting hairs.
But yeah, let's have a look. It's hard to have favourite children, as any parents out there will know. But if I had to pick one, year on year, Cooinda Vale is my favourite. I love Butcher's as well, don't get me wrong. But I love the elegance of the Cooinda Vale wines. They're
so much prettier.
Yeah, they're pretty, they're very floral, very elegant. I mean, just beautifully crafted. Yeah, absolutely. And this is 19 is absolutely no exception. It's
that fruit on that nose
isn't it? It's like lifted kind of cherry.
So delicate.
There's floral hints and there's a lot of spice actually, like that.
There's a little hint of like juby grape, like candied, but like.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely varying degrees of ripeness.
Oh, these are wines. If you've not experienced Pooley wines before, they're so layered and complex. I mean, they're wines that you can kind of sit and smell for quite some time and keep getting new kind of layers of flavour and subtlety coming out of the glass. They're really beautiful.
Definitely evolving.
There's a wonderful concentration to them, a really beautiful kind of balance. Up front, you get a kind of burst of sort of red and sort of cherry fruit, I suppose.
There's a real fruit presence.
But it's so light on its feet. It's really, I mean, I hate using this word, but ethereal comes to mind. It's poised. It's
genuinely
elegant.
hates that word.
I hate using it because what does it mean? Ethereal. It's such a dumb word, but
it's up in the air, like the meaning.
I get it. It really annoys me.
No, I mean it's light in weight, like in tannin. Like there's just enough to frame it. There's enough acid to give it real directionality. It's just really well poised.
It is.
You know. You're dealing with something special.
Absolutely. And I think for those reasons, this is why Cooinda, for me, usually I haven't looked at the Butcher's yet, but year on year, Cooinda is my pick.
Yeah.
Personally, that's everyone's different. Some people like that kind of bigger, bolder.
I mean,
style.
most people tend to lean towards
Absolutely.
the Butcher's.
We sell far more Butcher's than we do Cooinda.
Yep.
Hands down.
Definitely.
But yeah, for me, Cooinda is my favourite. But
yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, everyone's different. Horses for courses, whatever. But yeah, that is such a good wine.
Yeah.
Really, really delicious.
Yeah, it's pretty sensational. Now there are new wines above this as well.
That's right.
The Black Label Oronce.
Yes.
Which we have taken delivery of for the first time ever.
Yep.
Which is cool. I think it's the first time they've been made as well, which is also very cool.
We've got one... Oh no, we've got the Jack Dennis just there.
Oh! Here's
hand.
one we prepared earlier.
So yeah,
Fancy black label.
the new black label range is Pooley's kind of sort of premium or flagship kind of range. And as Pete said, Aronce is the new Pinots that they've done. Did they do Chardonnays as well? Or just Cooinda? No, so it's just Pinots. Of course, they've done Cooinda and Butcher's Chardonnay, as they do every year. So those are out as well. We thought we'd look at the Pinots today rather than trying to confuse it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the black label stuff, the JRD Syrah as well. Previously only Celador, I believe, or select retailers.
Yeah, Celador, very, very limited amounts used to make it across into New South Wales market, and it was usually restaurant focused.
Yeah.
It is
But we've got
quite special.
We've got some of the JRD Syrah as well. So very, very rare wine, very, very exclusive. And if you are a fan of Pooley, I suggest you jump on the website ASAP. But let's have a look at Butcher's.
God, that's good.
So good, right? All right. On to Butcher's Hill. So this is their second site. They bought this some years after Cooinda Vale. It is the site now of the Celador and the winery and all that sort of stuff. As I said, if you've ever been to visit them, it's the vineyard's kind of right behind the Celador. They're very, very close by. Every year, Butcher's Hill produces a bigger, kind of more muscular, structured, more savoury kind of, I guess, expression of Pinot.
Yeah, definitely that.
Is it? Yeah, cool. Oh, yeah. Wow.
Like, big shift.
What is amazing is the difference between the two. I mean, of course, different sites, sure, but slightly different winemaking, but essentially, we're looking at kind of absolute polar opposites in terms of style, which I kind of find quite thrilling because it's,
This is so much more savoury.
Yeah, it's just
loads
such
of red meat.
It's like, cured meat, it's gamey,
Correcting myself, this one's actually 30% new, that's 25%.
Oh,
I had a little quick look at the label.
So this has more new oak?
Yeah, but it's way more present in this.
Wow.
Way more present. So I don't know whether that comes down to, like, the percentage of whole bunch in that versus the absence of whole bunch, as this is completely destemmed, and whether that has interplay into how the oak... I wouldn't say it sticks out because it doesn't stick out.
It doesn't stick out, but it's
There's
definitely...
a thumbprint, it's there.
It's
there. Part of what you're experiencing, but in no means is it a detractor.
It's, wow, it's
obviously a much bigger wine.
Much bigger. Instantly, it's kind of darker, it's more brooding. As I said, there's more meaty kind of savoury tone, whereas this was sort of pretty and elegant. This is like kind of, rich and full and kind of, again, a term that I don't love using, but sometimes is quite apt. This would be a sort of feminine style. This certainly is the more masculine of the two. But yeah, like absolutely chalk and cheese in terms of the wines.
Different. Yeah, so different.
Yeah, on the palate, it's fleshier, it's broader. The oak really comes through on the finish.
Yeah. Tannin's more immediate.
Yeah, it's more structured.
There is more fruit than you get on the nose.
Yeah, it's a delicious wine. Don't get me wrong. Like, these are not bad things. These are all good, positive things. It's both of them really, really good.
Yeah, I mean they're more context descriptors than anything.
But yeah, they're just it's kind of hard in a way to compare them because they're so different. But yeah, this is like it's big and brooding and dark and as Pete said, plenty of fruit on the palate. It's got a fleshiness, a weight to it.
Yeah.
Whereas this is sort of delicate and light.
I mean, it could just be because of the weight of it, but it does seem like this has a little bit more length. But
yeah,
there's a lot more of an impact that it initially makes, so the wake and the blowout's probably a little longer, just because it does have a little bit more of an impact, whereas this is more kind of immediate presence.
Oh, yum! I mean, it's still bloody good. Yum! they're both absolutely delicious.
What do you think about? Because on neither of them, I'm going, I think this needs time, or I certainly don't think this needs time.
No,
I'm sure
I think
they'd be better off with a few years.
Oh,
but,
look,
you know,
they'll absolutely develop. I think.
I'm just thinking like with the by fars.
Yeah.
Like, they so obviously needed time.
Yeah, it's interesting
Because
because
these-
that's a good comparison actually. Because
these
yeah,
like
you're
the-
right. By far, when we tried those, the far side of the Sangreal, both of them beautiful wines. You know, exceptional winemaking, incredible kind of quality. They both needed a fair amount of time in the cellar. I would say to really get the best out of them.
Yeah.
For me, these are both really approachable right now. Yes, I think this one will cellar a little longer probably and get a little bit more integrated. The oak on the finish for me sticks out a touch at the moment. Look, they've just been released, so you know it's not a criticism in any way. But look, I think they'd both cellar. I question what you would get out of cellaring this one.
Yeah,
because
that's where my head's at.
It's so approachable now.
Yeah, it just seems ready.
Yeah.
And maybe that is part of the, I mean, completely speculative, but maybe part of the barrel selection or whatever made the cut into the black label stuff was the barrels that were a little bit more locked down. Were the things that needed more time and were more structured and more complex. Because both of these seem, if I'm honest, more ready to go than I remember them being.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we had 18 in last year, and when we did a tasting in store, I felt, that they were both pretty kind of, not closed, but certainly needed a bit of time. But these are really expressive. Absolutely delicious and well worth picking up. If you're a fan of Pooley or, Tassie Pinot in general.
Yeah, they're delicious.
Yeah.
They're really...
Really, really good. Well, there you have it. That's we're going to sit here and quietly contemplate these beautiful wines a little further. But that's all from us for this week. These have just come out, so I really do encourage you to drop by the store and pick them up. They will sell out. They always do. So if you are into this, fans of these kind of wines, please don't hesitate. But yeah, until next time, we'll see you here, same time, same place, in this little delightful little cellar that we have going on. All right, until then, take care. See ya.